In order to get in the right mood for this review of Baseball for Windows Broadcast Blast, we decided to do the review from an actual baseball game. Great seats, huh, buddy?
Got that right. And the best thing is, the boss is paying for them. This is a business expense.
Cha-ching!
Bada boom!
The thing is, most PC baseball games seem to be designed around simulating gameplay. You know, swinging the bat, throwing the ball, that kind of stuff, with any kind of statistical features being secondary. Hey, you want a hot dog?
You paying?
No, but the boss is.
Well, gimme two. Cha-ching!
Cha-ching indeed.
Baseball for Windows Broadcast Blast is an attempt to explore the purely statistical side of baseball. In fact, there's no arcade anything in it. The player never swings a bat, throws a ball, or runs the bases.
Baseball for Windows is an electronic version of your old baseball board game. It puts the player in the role of a manager and allows the player to do only the things that a real baseball manager does.
But don't think that's not much, because there's a lot more, and I mean a lot more to baseball than hitting and throwing a ball.
Don't expect a graphic explosion when playing Baseball for Windows. All you see is a still picture of a baseball park with the player's name at their respective positions.
The player makes decisions through this menu bar on the right side of the screen.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Offensively, the player can tell his players to hit and run, bunt, steal, and call a timeout. Defensively, the player can tell his pitcher to pitch normally, intentionally walk the batter, have his first baseman hold the runner, pitch from the stretch, and have the infield play in.
Once you start playing Broadcast Blast, all you have to do is press the pitch or hit icons. Every now and then a situation will pop up.
Speaking of pop-ups, foul ball coming!
What?
Ooh, I bet that hurt. You look like you need another beer. But every now and then a situation will pop up where the player must make a special decision, like whether or not to tag up on a fly ball. When that happens, a decision bar will pop up and the player only has a few seconds to make his decision, since in a real game the manager has to make snap decisions as well. The player can also bring in substitutes, which is the bulk of the strategy during an actual game.
Baseball for Windows Broadcast Blast gets its name from the digitized announcing done by legendary Hall of Fame radio announcer Ernie Harwell.
Well, hi everybody, I'm Ernie Harwell.
The biggest problem posed by the use of digitized sound bits is that the game must string together bits and pieces of pre-recorded stuff, and when it's played back, it sounds like this.
Today we're wired here from Boston, where the hometown locals will host on their own turf. The locals take the field here in the first. They set his opening slate.
But overall, the quality of the announcing is not bad, and the designers have made sure to get a lot of diversity in, so Ernie's not just saying the same old thing over and over.
Boy hits the dirt. Ball 4 almost hit him, and Boy glares down at F, and that sets up the double play. That was Boy's first walk of the season.
But anyone who's just interested in the statistical part of the game will probably find Ernie's off button quickly.
There's more than just playing the actual game in Baseball for Windows. The Advanced Draft allows the players to design their own teams, leagues, and organizations.
The Advanced Draft module is a powerful editing tool that...
Ooh, look! The wave!
Whoa! It's a powerful editing tool that can move players from team to team and even call minor leaguers up from farm clubs.
In order to have your own teams, you must first create your own organization, then throw your leagues into that, then throw your teams into that league. It's a little confusing at first, but it quickly becomes very intuitive.
The only problem is that in the original package, the only players you get are the guys from the 1971, 1943, and 1921 seasons. Whoa! There's also 4 old-timer leagues thrown in, but there are no modern players included.
If you want any additional teams and players, add-on discs are available. Also included in the Baseball for Windows package is the League Manager program, which lets the player control all aspects of the scheduled season.
Anything about the season, like when teams play each other, starting pitchers, and starting lineups for that game, can be controlled through this module.
Excuse me, guys. I need to get to my seat over there.
Here, why don't you sit with us?
Would you like us to get you anything? A Coke? Popcorn?
Are you guys sure? I mean, I don't want to impose.
Oh,
Nah,
no.
come
No
on,
problem at all.
that's
No,
it.
really. Here's your Coke, and here's some popcorn.
You sure? I mean, you really don't have to buy.
Hey, don't worry about money at all. We've got it covered.
Cha-ching!
Bada-boom!
Anyway, the number of games being played in a season can be customized. Then the player can personally decide which team plays which other team, the time of day that the game is being played, and in which city the game will be played at.
Once you've got your own personal league started, Baseball for Windows starts keeping stats like you wouldn't believe.
At the end of every game, you can get a printout of the player's performance in that game, which includes 22 different categories for each hitter, along with 17 categories for the pitchers.
To help compile all of the stats, Baseball for Windows includes the Stat Master module, which slices and dices virtually every statistic that's recordable for each team and player.
Hundreds of different reports can be generated on stats like the decisions percentage,
Relief wins plus saves,
the strikeout to walk ratio,
the reviewers hit by foul ball percentage,
the reviewers hit by foul ball. Oh, God,
Dude, you gotta start bringing your glove. There's lots of additional support stuff which goes along with Baseball for Windows. There's an online tutorial and a program called Tail Spinners, which features folks talking about the game of baseball and their experiences with it.
Like most kids, I was introduced to baseball by my dad. Besides introducing me to the game, he spent hundreds of hours as my coach, warm-up, catcher, batting practice, pitcher.
I enjoyed the Great Announcers section, which had biographies of Ernie Harwell and other legendary baseball announcers. Granted, it's only text and doesn't have the digitized audio of the Tail Spinners package, but it was still fun and informative.
As you can see, Baseball for Windows is not for everybody. It might not even be for most people. The lack of action will definitely be a turnoff to a lot of gamers.
The sheer amounts of numbers and stats can also tend to get overwhelming at times. But for what it is, Baseball for Windows Broadcast Blast is a very good product, providing armchair managers with a great means of expressing their baseball statistical genius.